Hi guys, this is Radhika here again. So this video is about guarding children against the narcissistic behavior of other family members, and if it is affecting the children in your family and you want to do something to stop it. Um, so actually, if it is physical, I would really suggest that you have a very stern talk with whoever is the family member and you set your boundary right away that no one is to lay a finger on whoever is the child, um, because I feel very strongly against um using physical force against children or actually against anyone in the world, because I feel like we are very capable of speaking and understanding each other, and it need not get to a level where you are pretty much like animals, using your animal instincts and just going at it against each other. That's pretty animalistic in my point of view, and not that animals are bad, but that's their behavior, and we are human beings and we have a lot more faculties and a lot more ways to use our faculties than animals. So yeah, we should do that. So yeah, if it is a physical scenario, I would really take very drastic steps against it. If it's not, if it's like speaking, like uh, pulling someone down or just any negativity around your child, um, so, some things I want to tell you. So, you have to really come into your power when you are near your children. And I know most parents do. We do have that instinctive, protective behavior in which we just don't care. If it is our kid, it is our kid, and whoever is the person in front of us, we don't care. We are going to protect our kid no matter what. And I know we all have that mama bear, papa bear kind of instinct. So, yeah, we just need to come into power of it and forget all the norms. Like, there are a lot of cultural norms that you cannot say so and so to someone who's elder. So, forget those norms, because I think they were put in place when the elders really did behave like elders, and a lot of elders do behave very wise, and they have become wise with age, but I cannot say that about all the elders in the world. So you have to use your discretion, because it's said like randomly all mothers are like this, but it's not true. A lot of mothers are not good mothers, and like not good from a point of judgment, but from a point of, we tend to like idealize people too much, like all elders we have to respect them. But I think we all are humans, and a lot of elders have used this strategy of being an elder to kind of guard their ego, even to boost their ego at times, especially in cultures like India or Asia. And of course, they have faced a lot more in life than we have, and we have to respect that. Like children, they are also physically not as fit as probably people in the middle age range. So, children need physical help as well as elders also need physical help. And so, we should respect all of those things. But what I'm saying is, I see this a lot, that people use being elder just as a guard to their ego, and they just think that because they are elder they should not be questioned, all their decisions should be taken at face value. But I don't believe we should do that. And especially if the elder is a narcissist and they are they are playing the, being I'm the elder card, don't let them play it. Okay, don't fall for that card. So be in your own power, and if they do something against your children, you have complete 100% authority to say something against it. Not just authority, I would actually say you should say something, you are required to say something, because that's how children learn, when they see something bad happening, something that doesn't feel right, and someone speaking up against it, they will learn to do the same. If they see that in their household abuse is just taken in without a single word against it, they will learn to take abuse, they will become codependents, they will take bullying from other people because they have been bullied at home. So or they will turn into bullies themselves. So one of the two things can happen. So yeah, so basically what I would say is that we cannot always control the circumstances around our children, but when you are in a circumstance, you are around your child, and you see that someone is talking down to your child, or someone is trying to make them feel bad, I understand that you might not always be able to speak up because it might be in a big public scenario, and maybe you don't want to make a scene in front of everyone. So if it's that case, what I would suggest is, you if say your child has been insulted in a big public scenario, what you do is, if people are laughing, you don't laugh, you don't shrug it away, you physically separate your child from that scenario. So you don't have to make it very obvious, but after the joke is over, just ask your child to come with you, take him or her for a walk, or take him to another room, or take him somewhere else, and you have to do some feel good for your child. Okay, so how no one was there for you when you were being abused by the narcissist, now you are an adult and you have gone through this, so you have to help your child. So you can take your child to another room and you can explain to them that, see, whatever they said was not right, and you have to say that I want to give you my complete support and my complete love, and whatever they said is not right. Okay, and you should also explain to your child why in that public scenario you did not say something, because your child might feel, why didn't my mother or my father do something to support me? So you can tell them that I did not do anything there because I did not want to make a scene, but I just want to tell you that I completely support you, and whatever they said was complete BS, and you don't get your sense of self or sense of self esteem from that. You are special, you are unique, and don't listen to what they are saying. And you can also explain to your child that how there are such people in your family, there are going to be such people in their school, in their daycare, in their wherever they go, in their swimming class, in their dance class. After they grow up, there are going to be people like this in high school, in middle school, in college, university, even in their workplace. So you just have to explain to them that such people, or I wouldn't even say such people. I would tell them that there will be people who will do such things. Okay. So let's not generalize into people, but there will be people who will say such things, who will say mean things, who will say all these things. But that is a part of life. And we should not let such people tell us who we are. So if your child was made to feel bad because your child is a girl, which happens in a lot of Indian families. So you have to tell your girl, you have to tell your daughter or whoever, niece or whoever, that there is nothing wrong in being a girl. If the child is like girly, if it's a boy but he acts a little bit girly, you have to explain to them that they are totally fine the way they are. And you have to, I guess whatever is the problem, you have to tell your child that I am proud of you just the way you are. I don't need you, or I do not expect you to be anything else in the world. However you are today, I completely love you, I completely validate whatever you are, however you are. I completely love you just for being you. You don't have to be anything else for me, and you are always going to have that support in me. And if you repeat this to your child, as and when times come, and even if there is like even if there is not a situation like this, you can tell it to your child. So if you keep validating them in such a way, it will build their sense of self a lot, and this will help them a lot in the future, because they will be able to face bullies, they will be able to face peer pressure when they go into college, and everyone, maybe some people around them might be doing drugs, and they might pressurize them that do some, and basically because they will have such a strong sense of who they are, and that they don't need to do something to please someone, they will have the courage to say no to peer pressure. Because I mean, that happens in life. You have narcissistic members, after that, your child will go off to college and he or she will face peer pressure there. If they are into spirituality, they will maybe other people in their group, or other people of the age group might not be into spirituality, so they might be called freaks because they are into all this metaphysical stuff, or maybe they are really brainy and they are out in their philosophical world. So the others will feel like he's always like in his vortex and something. So basically, whatever, however your child is, every person in this world is unique. But children, because they are new to this world and because we are their guardians, we have to tell them that you are just fine, whatever you are, whichever way you are just totally fine, and you need to stop caring what other people think. And maybe you can also tell them the difference, that some people will actually give you advice for good things. Like there might be a teacher who gets angry at your child because your child might be late to class every day, and the teacher maybe has no other agenda. Her or his only agenda is making the student uh, respect time, so respect that other people are giving their time and be on time, and in turn, set a consistent pattern, be more grounded in reality rather than off in their own world and forgetting time. So yeah, basically, you can also tell them the discretion, that not everyone who criticizes you is doing it for a bad reason. So you have to understand the intent. If someone is saying something to you which is a correction in your behavior, you have to understand the intent, that is this person saying this for a good reason or bad reason. So basically, if your child questions everything and every behavior that he or she sees, they will slowly get an understanding. You can't expect them to get everything all at once, but you'd be surprised at how much more children actually understand than us. We are actually a lot more confused than they are. They really just get so many things. And also, children are they are the best impersonators. So whatever they see you do, they are going to subconsciously follow it. So if you take abuse, if you do not set your boundaries, if you are always taken for granted, two things might happen. One thing is the child will become like you, or the child will become like you, and then they will learn that I should not be like this. So really, a lot of things depend on your child and on how he or she processes things. But I guess we can't always protect our children against everything. But if something like this is happening, you should definitely do something about it. If you are uh, if you set your boundaries and the narcissist still continues to violate them, try to reduce the time with the narcissist as much as you can. Make any excuse you can, Take your children out for a holiday instead of going to the narcissist's place. Limit the time that the child spends with the narcissist. But then again, what I feel is you can do this till the child is maybe, say, 10, but after, or 7 or 8, but after that, you also need to realize that you can't always be there around your child all the time to protect them. So you also have to let the child stand up for himself or herself if they are doing so. So never, if your child is actually arguing for themselves or they are retorting back to the narcissist, let them do it, because they are standing up for themselves, they are empowering themselves, and that's a great thing. So don't say that don't speak to elders like this, or if someone is saying something bad to a child, the child has complete right to defend himself or herself. May that be against an elder, against another child, against a middle-aged person, against a baby. It doesn't matter. Every person should have a right to defend themselves. So yeah, but I mean, then the other point of view is then you're spoiling the child, but you're not. You are just letting the child speak for himself or herself when the need arises. And trust me, if you give a lot of love and a lot of validation to your child, I don't think children get spoiled. I really don't. I think they get spoiled when you deny them things, when you get angry with them, they act out your behavior back to you. So that's when they get spoiled. So at least that's my understanding. I might be wrong, but I have not raised a lot of children. I just have one small baby, but this is what I have observed in the world. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not an expert in parenting, but yeah, you should, I think, defend yourself and against narcissists, and that will be impersonated by your children. And you need to give your children a lot of validation, a lot of love, a lot of understanding. Your time is all they actually ask for. They just want your time and your love and your attention. So yeah, if you give these to your child, I think your child is set, and they you will be able to like empower themselves to do whatever is required for their highest good, and they will be empowered to do so themselves. So yep, that's how I think you can guard your children against narcissistic behavior in your family or in the society. So I hope that helps. If you have any other suggestions, please put it down in the comment section so that I can also learn from your experience. Thank you so much. I wish you all have a lot of love and a lot of light. Bye.